My thing I've been consistent on is it has felt like for the last 2 or 3 months that, and this is obviously pre-Middleton getting hurt, but it's felt like a finals rematch to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's felt like a finals rematch. That's where we're headed.
Well, I'm on the record, though. I went out on a limb. I like Golden State to get there. I like Golden State to get to the final.
Serious.
I personally think if I'm Steve Kerr, I'm going in with these guys before Game 3. We're watching film and take a look at the 20 possessions a game that they are not playing their style offensively. They are helping Memphis guard them with quick shots, tough shots. And look, I'm going to put a lot of that on Klay Thompson. I think he came back from his layoff. It was so obvious in the beginning, like, man, this guy's trying so hard to prove I'm back. Look who I am. Don't forget about me. Like, this is, you got left off the 75 team. Like, all that was in the air. And it was like, man, you're just pressing so bad, and it's not the way you guys play. And then he started to calm down, and that last month it looked like Klay again. I feel like he's kind of back there because it's the playoffs. And I'm trying so hard. The other night, I think he took 5 straight shots for them without anybody else really touching the ball because he wanted so badly to get going. And to me, I think if I'm watching film, I'm Steve Kerr, and I'm like, and you put in a tape of us at our best, ball player movement, this is what it looks like. They're not guarding that. This makes us guardable. And I think that, to me, is more about them than it is about Memphis.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that, because in the parts of the game that I've really gone back and watched multiple times and broke down, Memphis is still miscommunicating a ton.
Yeah.
I'll give you a great example of this. So, like, they're up, I think it was 91-89. There's a missed shot. They get the offensive rebound. I think Wiggins got the offensive rebound. And they don't match up with Steph off the offensive rebound. He banks in the 3 from the top. Very next possession, they come down. Steph goes to set a little slip screen and pops out to the left wing. They miscommunicate on the switch. He gets an open 3. Couple minutes later, Steph gets the outlet pass or a long rebound. He dribbles up the court. There's like 2.5 minutes to go in a 1-possession playoff game. And Memphis is pointing at each other to pick up Steph.
Yeah.
Now, he shot it off the side of the backboard. He missed the shot. But, like, those mistakes, like, in aggregate over 7 games, you can't beat the Warriors playing that way. So that's where, to your point, I agree with you. I think it is more about the Warriors getting back to, this is how we play. We can break down a defense with our style.
I completely agree, and I've said this before. I could do a pretty nice dissertation or write a thesis on Golden State Warriors guard screening action. Their entire system is based on guard screening action. And then Draymond's the guy that's got the CPU, like Terminator, processing. This ball's going to go where it needs to go. And when he was out, I felt they missed that even more than his defense because
100%.
Because I saw guys getting out of their lane, and it's because Draymond's going to go. He's going to look, read both sides action at the same time, and go, okay, no, I'm ruling this out right now. We're going here. And that means maybe Damian Lee doesn't come off and shoot a 3 that I watched him shoot before he came back, because Draymond's like, no, we're going to do this because this is better action. This is more advantageous. So his ability to process that, but it's all predicated on all of their guards, Poole now in that category as well. Their split action, their guard dive, guard flare, all of that stuff. And it's so fascinating because that is the essence of why their offense is so hard to guard. They're willing to move, which a lot of guys aren't. Those guys are willing to run miles a night, just like JJ used to. And they are willing to screen. They're also willing, this is what I always describe, I used to tell my AAU team this all the time, you've captured something beautifully as a coach. And let's say you play for me, and I say to you, I need you to cut as hard as you can 6 consecutive times, knowing that most likely you will not see the ball. Are you willing to do that? Because if you're willing to do that, we're going to create something beautiful here.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, I have to create trust as a coach. When it is your turn, meaning you're the next pass, you're the guy. We did everything we're supposed to because that ball's supposed to come to you now because you're open. It's going to come there. And then the expectation is we have to be able to trust you to do the same thing. When you build those 2 things amongst your team, that's what Golden State's been able to do. But they get away from it sometimes, and they and it looks more like most of the other teams in the league. And now they're guardable, and I think they've done that. And think about, we're talking here, in a tight series, you just give 8, 10, 12, 15 possessions like that over the course of a game. Boom, that's the difference. That's a 6-point win rather than a 6-point loss like they had the other night. And so I think for me, it's very, very watchable on film for that group. And that's why I think they're gonna be a lot better at home.
Completely agree with you on the Draymond comment, because it was blatantly obvious in January and February how much they missed him offensively.
Yeah.
And you can say whatever you want about his finishing or his shooting, but he is so important to what they do, and the sort of symbiotic relationship that him and Steph have, of his awareness of where Steph is and what Steph is going to do. He just makes things easier for everyone. And I think this is a natural